I'm sorry, that's out of character. Like, that's season 3 Gary Oak and not triple OG big Gary Oak we all know and love. Cause when I saw this, I was in disbelief. I was having an out of body moment. There is no way anyone does this. Guys, did you know that roller coasters were invented so Americans would stop using drugs? Even though now you can just simply buy alcohol at the parks, or pregame if you're an alcoholic. I find it ironic we created something with the express purpose to suppress something bad, to only use the same thing to do the opposite and promote it. So is it worth watching Chillin in Another World with level 2 super cheap powers? You know, it started out pretty good. The main guy was an open-minded, rootable guy, a hard-working, independent business owner, advocating for human rights in a world where slavery was extremely lucrative. Oh yeah, and by the way, about to probably enter a mutual, financially beneficial relationship with his business partner. You go from that, a girl who can equally keep up with him on an intellectual level, to an overly energetic girl whose sole reason for being with you is because you're stronger than her, and nothing else. No similar interests. Yes, their relationship boils down to animal instincts. And without that, she would probably be trying to kill you again, and your entire race. This is a new character archetype where your waifu comes across more as a pet than an actual person. Not to mention, it went from one girl to, let me count now, 1, 2, carry to 4, 5, 6 girls you can't even name. If you can name 3 girls here, you win. So yes, the show does a complete 180 in my opinion. Like honestly, Pony Canyon, what the fuck were you guys trying to do here? Can't even blame JC staff on this one. They already had their hands tied up with Moonlit Fantasy, and they were able to take very much boring manga characters and make them interesting protagonists with backstories and individual goals. But I'm sure that was like a one-time deal, and they really can't be expected to fix every anime's writing flaws. But one day, he's adult napped, or isekai to another world where he's told he must risk his life now for the betterment of other people who openly don't care if he lives or dies, who find him to be expendable but still call him a legendary hero. I really can't get over that part, like he's gonna be the legendary hero destined to save their world, and then the next second toss him aside because they were able to summon another hero with all better stats than him, better drop items, and also better looking than you. It just reminds me of that moment in Pokemon where you get this Pokemon, but then you get an exact same copy of a Pokemon in the wild that has higher levels, better stats, and you obviously pick that one. And like those Pokemon with lower levels, they're put into storage to never see the light of day ever again, until the day that they're sent off to the slaughter. He's shoved out of the kingdom with little money, told no information about the outside world, a little bit of clothes, and he's also threatened that, hey, you better not tell anyone about this, and if you do, we'll kill you. Plus given items that would kill him, and is shipped directly to their enemies to be killed. Now I gotta switch perspectives in the show for a second, because this next scene is downright just crazy. Like I can't even imagine the conversation off camera. We'll be switching perspectives to the first daughter of the kingdom. So our kingdom is about to be attacked, right? And the only way to save our people is to summon a hero. Now usually we'd only get one, but this time we got lucky and got some extra fries at the bottom of the bag and got 2. And sure, one is better than the other one, but any hero will always have a higher potential than a soldier. And instead of, you know, sending him to like the army to be trained, make him reserve, or even keep him around and hiding as a civilian, you banish him. And not just that, you do it in the most dehumanizing way possible, plus you threaten him for no reason. You try to kill him secretly and openly. You do this in the amount of half of a regular show episode. If that doesn't sound like a whole villain arc, I don't know what does. And when we look back at Baza, he's just gotten the new Apple Vision Pro with an AI Siri voice, giving him suggestions on basically pushing the plot forward. He goes from here to just teleporting to be an adventurer. Next, you overhear some poor girl who needs a big, strong adventurer to come help her save her poor family from demons. I'm sorry, but saying this out loud just makes it sound like a trap in some way, right? It can't just be me. There's no way someone actually falls for this. I'll do it. Right, so Baza arrives to help, and yeah, everyone is watching the situation and they're just like, something is wrong about this scene. I can't put my dick on it, but like, I know there's something wrong about this situation. Luckily for us, our virtuous crusader is here to arrest this dastardly deviant.
Kidnapping, enslavement, human trafficking.
Or are you just some gross creep who's into little girls?
Honestly, I don't know how you're gonna beat these allegations, Drake, or Diddy, or insert whatever current celebrity you want in the situation. They were hired here to kill that demon over there, who's been soliciting young men. And yeah, the lolly turns out to be the girl that cried wolf. And now, in retrospect, this is the part that still makes no sense to me. There's no way, one, that the guild hired these weaklings to kill a demon when they lose to regular boars and bears. So Baza teleports the girls away because they just simply get in the way. And then he takes on Fenrir. He casually defeats Fenrir, and then the AI is just screaming in his ear to tell him to enslave her, which is concerning. This is the first answer it gives you to the problem. Not to mention, it's not even like normal slavery, but like super slavery, where you put a control spell on them, and like not even like a control seal they did in Naruto with like the Hyuga clan and, you know, Danzo's weird tongue fetish thing going on here. No, this is like hentai mind control, where they lose all of their humanity traits. So yeah, he says no, and then he turns off the AI because he's like, what the fuck is this thing on? You do know that if I get out of here, I'm going to kill a lot of people. And he's like, yeah, it's cool. And even she's just like, is he stupid? She next just transforms to like a human woman and gives him like a full show. Then she dresses to his preferences and devotes herself to her new master. Next you get the hero who has already maxed out stats in the new armor set, but he still somehow isn't stronger than a grunt soldier, he says, which is a problem because he's expected to lead an army. And at first I was kind of on his side with this, because from what he said, he did train himself pretty hard to get to this level, which in comparison to our main character, this guy has actually trained harder than him. Like I said, he went from level 1 to level 91 in a span of 22 days. After a while, he just gives up to instead live it up in the palace with a well-stat companion. Then Banaza and the now named Rias go to take on, what's that bear Pokemon? They take on 4 of them, rescuing the girls from yesterday. Why are they here? A, Banaza literally teleported them away last episode, and here they are now fighting bears the guild just recently sent out for people to go stop. B, in universe, it takes 20 days to get from here to the capital, which he just teleported them to the first episode. And C, they can't teleport because only he can teleport. And then D, they are here fighting bears that the guild sent a request to go stop, described as able to kill a hero off. The girls ask for training from Banaza, explaining that in the military, in order to join, they need to be able to defeat one monster bear by themselves, explaining their own backstories and them wanting to join to defend the world from evil. And you know, Banaza agrees. The thing is that moving forward, you see that they don't train, and the anime doesn't show them ever training or really wanting to train, by the way. They wanted to find a way to bring 4 more girls into the plot more. Also, I found it funny that Rias gets territorial about her husband, even though she invited them to live with them. We also see that the hero is big pimping out here, with all types of scallywags on his daily schedule, looking like a rapper that just dropped a hit single. You know, one of these days, you're gonna be pointing that sword at the wrong one, pointing her sword at the dark one. I'm not gonna lie, that just sounds like a middle school nickname you gave to like the darkest nigga in your friend group. But of course, it's reserved for the most evil character in your country's history. So it's understandable why she's freaked out about this guy. Luckily, our main character is not like us and has no fear in his heart, literally opening the door for a demon to sit down and have tea. Nah, flag on the play. This is an L friend moment. But not only did he invite her demons into the house, he literally stalks her. We all know what he's after. It is clearly shown he is after Cheeks. He dares to ignore me, after I tried to kill him and shoot myself in the foot further. Damn it! The king impulsively jumps to the conclusion when he sees Philo ready to send soldiers to go kill him. His daughter is trying to calm him down and remind him that it's a bad idea to attack the guy that we need to save us. And this man can't fathom having a conversation. The Philo gets threatened by the king and the other hero, and he straight up just dips. When the Demon King sees this, he crashes out, ordering an all-out attack on the kingdom. He could have just gotten their new address, but bro is tweaking. This is apparently the Demon King that really just doesn't want to fight them at all, has been really stalemating basically with the human race. He basically says, I don't want to fight, I wasn't gonna fight them, I wasn't gonna attack them. And over this event, he is going balls to the wall crazy right now. So you tell me, which one of these situations is more likely? Is he mad because Philo left, or is he mad because she left? I rest my case. Apparently, the war's been going on for like 500 years, and it's been going on for so long that the king doesn't even know why they're fighting over. The Demon King says that he knows, and that's why he doesn't want to fight. I say this to further highlight that the king is just doing a very shitty job. In a matter of days, the Demon King is wiping his forces out with no resistance, leaving the king to do some type of purification magic with his mages, and now he's in a coma, which leaves his daughter now in charge, who immediately Hokages this shit and starts giving orders. She's like, alright, okay, so cut this nigga off, reinforce the barriers, go find Philo and actually apologize to him. So yeah, the hero, hearing that all his bank accounts have been shut down, he puts on his shiesty and breaks into their treasury, where he finds an actual genie. that gives him 3 wishes. So what does he do? He tries to get revenge on people who don't matter. He's mad at the kingdom and he's mad at Philo? Question mark? Like, I'm sorry, but that doesn't even sound like what big pimping would do. So imagine, right? You spend 4 months like this. I'm talking best room service of your life. Whatever you want, you get. And you don't have to do anything. And you only have to work for 2 days. And it just stops. And you get 3 wishes. What would you do? Would you spend basically your 3 wishes to get revenge on people you functioned without interacting with for months? Or would you spend 3 wishes to get back what you just lost? Am I wrong? But no. He pulls a Sasuke. Trying to get revenge. Trying to full on crash out when none of your people are in the dirt. I'm sorry, that's out of character. Like, that's season 3 Gary Oak and not Triple OG Big Gary Oak we all know and love. Because when I saw this, I was in disbelief. I was having an out-of-body moment. There is no way anyone does this. You don't have any real motive and reason to do it. You've only talked to each other 2 times. And you could use all 3 wishes to get back what you lost, if not make it better to where you don't even need the kingdom. Oh yeah, and Rias takes a body shot for her husband. So tell me, class, what happens when you push a pacifist to the edge? He crashes out. Very good. He firstly reverses time to save her. He then gives this old lady the Beats by Dre Equal Rights Edition. You know, Rias wakes up and then she takes a good look at him. She's like, that's my man. That's what I'm talking about. If I die, you crash out. I knew you had that dog in you. That's the in-character anime response I expect from her. But this is when you know the anime is not like that. And she's like out of character. Oh no, stop. This isn't you. And I'm just like,
what the fuck is we doing?
After fucking up with the other genie, finds another genie. But this time, it appears not to want to grant him any wishes, and turns the second hero into some gross Daijin monster straight out of Magi. And I'm sorry, this guy just sucks at this point. How in the hell do you drop the ball this hard? So yeah, he accepts the masochist demigod as a maid now. And that night, Rias can't take it anymore, and they make sweet, passionate love. And then this girl tries to cuck them by watching, with the other girls in the house actually hearing everything that's happening since they're next door. The evil Daijin that dresses like the girl at a slutty Halloween party attacks them. But then the masochist demigod seals her away to a jawbreaker, and like what Super Boo did Vegito, eats her. You basically wasted a kind of cool villain who has a decent motive, right? And you just made her like a gag character. Episode 8. I'm not gonna lie, this was the point where I stopped watching the show, but you know, for the sake of transparency and me trying to finish a YouTube video, I'll continue. So the night girl has a dream about marrying the Demon King and wakes up embarrassed, not knowing what the fuck that was. Because, you know, prior to this, it's kind of like that thing of you having no interest in a person, and then after you're told they like you, you give them a shot, since, you know, no one else is interested, and you have nothing planned for this Saturday. Okay, so basically the princess takes control of the kingdom and then asks Bonza to help her out so she can imprison her father, take the throne, sign a peace treaty with the demon lord. The former hero and his girl escape prison because the guards thought rope would be enough to stop him. Like, you guys do realize at one point you considered him to be the strongest person in your kingdom, and you think common rope would stop him. Like, he might have been right at the beginning of the show to say, do they all just share one brain? And then gets captured by the demon lord's little brother, who plans to turn them into mindless fighting drones because they realize that, oh hey, these individuals have high level manas. They could be useful. The little brother takes over the palace, leaving people ass up, face down, unconscious. Like, how the fuck do you do this? That position's gotta be really uncomfortable for your neck. So yeah, and then instead of actually fighting back his brother, who's clearly gonna start more of the war, the demon lord is just like, nah, I give up. He can have the throne. The entire inclusion of some of these characters is really weird. Yeah, honestly, this show should have just ended at like episode 8. Because besides this, what happens is just devolving into like going to hot springs, and then, oh, whoa, the demon lord's here. Oh, whoa, his brother's here too. It's just like, bro, nothing happens. Why are we wasting everyone's time?